Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion 2020 preview and predictions. There are unfortunately only 3 official matches announced for this show. However, we will be predicting all 3 of those, as well as just kind of speculating on what other matches will be added. We do know that there will be anywhere from 7 to 9 matches on this card officially that is on New Japan's website. So we are going to try and figure out a few. Obviously, there's going to be at least 3 tag matches, I would assume. We'll see what else there is, though. John, any discussion that you want to have regarding what's going on here?
No, we can just dive right into it, man. I'm psyched for Dominion tomorrow, but obviously there's not much card to cover.
Yeah.
So let's just get into what there is.
Okay, well, what I was actually going to say is, since we already know the 3 matches are all world, or well, not world, but they're all important championship matches. We've got Shingo's show for the Never title. We've got the Golden Aces versus Dangerous Trickers for the heavyweight tag titles. And then, of course, Naito Evil for the double gold. But I'm curious if there are any other matches other than just like random tag matches that you think are very likely to happen on this show. Because I can think of one right now, but I'm curious what you've got up your barrel.
I mean, not that I can think of at the moment, because I would have said Suzuki Nagata, but Suzuki's status is very touch and go right now with the fever. That would have been the only one I would have thought of. I mean, Evil won the cup, so that's not going to work. Maybe Ishii versus Hiromu again, because they still seem to really be interacting. But Hiromu's already the junior heavyweight champion, so I'd like him to actually defend the gold. I don't know. Maybe Master Wato versus Kanemaru.
That's the one that I was thinking. Yeah, Master Wato versus Kanemaru is the one that I thought would happen. So,
but yeah, dude, I'd really be struggling to put together the rest of the card.
Then you know what? Honestly. Let's just assume we're gonna get 3 or 4 tag matches, and that the one other match that will be added is Master Wato versus Kanemaru. Let's just act as if that is an official thing and predict it right now. Do we agree that Wato's probably winning that?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, then let's get into our actual championship contention matches. Let's start with what I would actually say is probably the least important one. I mean, it's not the least important as far as credibility goes, but as far as building new stars goes, I would say that Tanahashi and Ibushi defending the tag titles against Zack and Taichi is less important than Shingo's show. So let's talk about that first. Do you think we're going to get a tag title change here? Do you think that Zack and Taichi are going to get the titles off of Ibushi and Tana?
I'm actually leaning towards that, man, because I'm always going to look at Tanahashi and Ibushi as single stars. I think this is only a short-term thing to get Ibushi over a certain hump because it was post-Wrestle Kingdom. So, yeah, I'm going to go with ZSJ and Taichi winning the tag titles here.
Yeah. You know what, though? I can't pull the trigger on that. I think it's a really, really good program, and I think that it's a really cool way, or I guess I should say that I think that the way New Japan built up to it was really cool. I think that they pulled that off in a really good way with Taichi beating both of them. But I don't think that they are going to win. It's one of those things where Suzuki-gun's not at full power, and I think with Evil having turned, I think that Bullet Club might be in line for a little bit of a push, so we might even see the Guerrillas of Destiny being the ones to take the titles off of Tanahashi and Ibushi, or maybe even a new tag team of like Evil and Kenta or something like that. That would be really interesting. So I'm gonna say retention here. I'm gonna say Ibushi and Tanahashi, the Golden Aces, are actually going to retain. That being said, though, let's move on to our Never Openweight Championship match. We've got Shingo and Sho, and I want so badly for Sho to win this, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to have an amazing showing. I think that he's going to earn a lot of respect. And I think that there's even a non-zero chance that he will end up joining Los Ingobernables de Japón after this match. But that being said, I still do expect Shingo to retain. How about you?
I pretty much copy-paste everything you just said. I do think Shingo's going to retain. The only thing that made me think Sho might win is I really don't know who Shingo faces after this that could take the title off of him. But, you know, I'm sure New Japan would find somebody. Yeah. I think this is going to be match of the night, personally.
I mean, hell, dude, at this rate, it depends. It might even end up being Evil.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. But, yeah, I'm very hyped for this matchup. I think it could be match of the night. Maybe even a match of the year contender. Yeah. I'm really hoping for a show of respect moment after the match where Shingo just acknowledges Sho and then does everything again that you just said. Yeah. And, honestly, I know Sho is still one half of the Junior Heavyweight Tag Champions, but I really don't give a fuck about him in a tag team after this.
Well, yeah, I was even going to say, Evil is 1/3 of the Never Openweight 6-man tag champions, and that didn't stop him from betraying his partners.
Yeah, so nice to know that New Japan is so progressive that they're like, look, a title isn't an anchor. Do what the fuck you want.
Yep.
So whatever show does, I support him. I really think he's becoming one of New Japan's best stars, and he's definitely like, this is a good year for him so far. I expect him to build on that momentum at Dominion, but I do think Shingo will retain.
You know that New Japan, or that not even New Japan, that Japanese wrestler popularity poll usually comes out around this time. That's a July thing, so maybe we'll see that before the end of the month. I'm curious how much higher Show ranks nowadays than his partner Yo.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that too.
All right, let's get to our final match that is actually officially announced, the main event of the show. Tetsuya Naito defending both the Intercontinental and World Championships against Evil, his now former teammate in LIJ, new Bullet Club member himself, Evil. You know there's going to be a lot of shenanigans. Geto's going to get involved. I'm guessing Yujiro's going to get involved. Jado will probably get in. There's just going to be a lot, and all I can really say is I hope that LIJ has a relatively easy match earlier on in the night, which they probably won't, but I hope that they have an easy enough match earlier on in the night that they can help Naito by just trying to level the playing field. But all that taken into account, John, I'm curious if you think that there's a chance Naito drops those titles to Evil here.
Can I just be 100,000% honest with everybody? I really... Like, I know I gave good reactions, but I'm going to be honest, I was spoiled on Evil defecting. I don't know if anybody could tell. I hope I made that experience, like, worthwhile.
Yeah, I had no clue. That was a complete surprise to me.
Yeah, okay, so I got spoiled. Obviously, I didn't want to give the game away and ruin the experience for anybody else.
Dude, I'll tell you what's funny. I actually saw, the closest thing to a spoiler that I experienced, I saw the GIF of Milano crying at the end of the show, but I didn't have context, so I just assumed Okada won.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have any kind of context. I had no clue what was going on, so I was just like, oh, Milano's sad that his boy Evil didn't win the cup, and I was fully prepared for an Okada-Naito match, and then Evil won, and I was like, well, what the hell? What was Milano crying for? And then that happened, and it actually took me aback. It was, like, crazy.
Yeah, like, so I did get spoiled on it, admittedly, but even if I didn't, I gotta be honest, this would have had so much, and I'm not saying I would have even wanted it to happen. I'm speaking purely conjecturally, hypothetically. This would have had so much more of a punch to me if Sonata did the turn and he won the cup. Because why I say that is, I could buy a Bullet Club back Sonata beating Naito for the title. Yes. I really could. Like, I'm not even kidding. I could honestly, I'd go in on it.
I feel like that skull and crossbones aesthetic would fit him really well too, because he already has the skull motif. He's the cold skull. His move is the skull end. He comes out in a skull mask. Like, that's already kind of his thing. So you combine that with the fact that the Bullet Club is literally skull and crossbone themed. It's too perfect.
Yeah, no, dude, like, if Evil and Sonata would have traded places, not only would I be a million times more hyped for this main event, I'd go in on Sonata winning, honest to God. And I know Naito really hasn't gotten to have the reign that he deserves because fucking COVID's the greatest heel in wrestling history. But all of this is to say, and to make the simpler point, I guess I'm trying to draw a time since it's only 3 fucking matches, right? I can't buy Evil beating Naito. I can't buy Evil being a world champion. Naito is going to retain here.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a shame, because the turn was good. It was well executed. I'm not going to blame Evil or anybody involved. But it would have meant so much more if it was Sonata, because he's taken Okada to the limit. He's a freak athlete. Like, I think they gave the spot to the wrong guy here.
And you know what also would have been that much more devastating about Sonata doing it is it would have almost been him conceding that he's not good enough to beat Okada on his own.
Yeah. Even though he has, though, and see, they kind of ruined their own story because he did in the G1.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I get what you're saying, though, man. And, like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's not even that I'm, not an Evil fan. Like, I enjoy him well enough. He's all right. But, like, just speaking purely, quote-unquote, objectively, no fucking way he beats Naito. No fucking way, dude. Even with this power boost with Bullet Club. Can you honestly see? I mean, let me ask you, because I know you're just as big a New Japan fan as I am. Can you see Evil with the IWGP Heavyweight title in his hands? No.
I can't see. Yeah, that's the thing is, I couldn't even see him with the singular world title around his waist, much less the double belts with also the IC title involved. Like, I think the IC title is Evil's absolute ceiling to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, this isn't happening. And I almost, like, I don't want to say I'm angry at New Japan, but Dominion is supposed to be a bigger show.
Yeah.
And this is honestly,
like I said earlier today before we got into it, I was low-key rooting for Okada because I just feel like that would have been a better match.
It would have been. It would, because there's genuine drama, because how often do you bet against Okada and are proven right? It's so fucking rare that, we'd be going in rooting for Naito, and there's genuine drama and tension there. Yeah. With Evil, literally, and I hate to say this about a fucking Dominion show, which I should be hyped as shit for, and I am for the most part, but it's okay, let's do our spots, let's go through the motions, get the match over with.
Yeah, Sonata, dude, that's kind of the vibe, right? Evil versus Naito kind of feels like a lower level show main event, like a power struggle main event, or like a Sakura Genesis. And even Sakura Genesis, I would say, is too big for that. But it's almost like one of those we have 3 shows that have the same pay-per-view title and you're main eventing the third one, so congrats on that, right? It's that kind of...
Exactly. Yeah, dude, and that's the thing, I don't even want Sonata to leave LIJ, but since they've already kind of instituted this with Evil and they're showing us the concept, right?
Yeah.
I'm man, I wish they would have done this concept with Sonata, because I'd be so fucking there. I'd be dude, Bullet Club might actually get the world title back. And what I love about that too is when Jay White comes back, you could plant seeds for that should be me. I'm the Bullet Club leader. What the fuck is Sonata doing? Being a surrogate leader, all because of this stupid pandemic. Dude, you gave it to Evil? What? Nah, Naito's retaining. And if he wins, and that's the thing too, it's a double-edged sword, because if he wins, I'm not going to like it, because I want Naito to have a suitable run. If he's going to drop it to anybody, I want him to drop it to somebody I give a fuck about.
Right.
And yeah.
Even if it is just dropping it right back to Okada, that'd be better than Evil.
Yeah, it would, objectively. There's a reason he's the fucking ace, because, he always shows out, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
No, Evil, look, I hate to say this about anything New Japan, because New Japan's really, it's one of the few things, that and Stardom are the only things I really give a fuck about wrestling, and NXT. I always gotta remember NXT. But, New Japan is carrying the load, so I hate to say this, but Evil's a dud, man.
Yeah, it's very lukewarm. It's very much like a fucking Dolph Ziggler challenging for the world title kind of situation.
I mean, I want to solicit the chat here. Am I wrong? Because let me see what Javar said. Dude, imagine if Hiromu did the turn. Yeah, that I agree with Ashton, though. That is inconceivable. Hiromu's story, that doesn't vibe with the heel turn at all. If Sonata had stayed losing, well, actually, I guess he did, and then won the cup, and he's I only won the cup because Bullet Club had my back if I needed them, you kind of have a story there. I don't know. Naito's retaining.
Yeah. All right, well... I'm not trying to drag this out any longer than it needs to be. We only have 3 matches announced. We even managed to squeeze an extra match prediction out of this, even though it's not official. And we would have probably also done a Suzuki Nagata prediction if that, if Suzuki hadn't unfortunately gotten the fever. Hope to see him back soon and nice and healthy. However long it takes for his badass immune system to kick the shit out of whatever he's got, whether it's corona or not. That being said, though, John, are you ready to call it here? Do you have anything else that you'd like to say before we...
I got nothing else to add. I love all of you that came out for a short video, but we hope to see you all and more for Dominion Live Reactions at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Ashton, you can take us home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do hope that you all enjoyed the preview predictions. Please remember to like this video before you leave. You can also leave your predictions down in the comments once this video is fully processed and the comments are actually able to be used. And let us know what you think is going to happen. Even though there are only 3 matches, that just makes it that much easier for you to post your predictions down in the comments. But, if you agree with everything that we predicted, then sure, just say, I predict the same as you. That being said, we hope that you all enjoyed. Please remember to like the video before you leave. You can also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click the bell icon and join the notification squad. Follow us on Twitter and on Twitch. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by subscribing on Twitch, buying our merch on Teespring, donating to our Patreon, and, of course, sharing this channel and this video with all your wrestling fan friends and letting them in on the best-kept secret in the YouTube and Twitch wrestling communities. That's right, we are TwitWow, and we are the workhorses of the Y and T WCs, and you know that's true when we go live and have our own little event to predict 3 goddamn matches. That's how you know we are the workhorses of the Y and TWCs. And we will also continue to do our best to earn that moniker and prove that moniker true with our continued coverage of New Japan, Stardom, NXT, and occasionally also WWE, and even more rarely, but also sometimes AEW. Now, all that being said, tomorrow is Dominion. We will be live reacting to that at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Then our next show after that is Wednesday's NXT live reactions. Then Thursday, we've got Stardom. Friday, we've got a triple header with another Stardom show, Lions Break Collision, and Extreme Rules preview predictions. Saturday, we have got, what do we have? We have something Saturday. Oh, a request. We have a request Saturday. We have 5 matches that have been requested for us to live react to that are ROH and old WWE matches. And by old, I just mean like late 2000s kind of shit. And then on Sunday, not tomorrow Sunday, but next Sunday, the 19th, we've got Extreme Rules that we'll be live reacting to as well. So we hope that you're looking forward to all that stuff. And most importantly, we hope that you're all able to remember to stay tuned.